Good day and thank you for joining us for NTA Nationwide. I am Elizabeth Banu. The House of Representatives has passed a bill for an act to establish the Northeast Development Commission. The commission is expected to receive and manage all funds from government and international donors for the reconstruction of the Northeast. Ignatius Nkwo tells us more on the bill.
Well, the Northeast Development Commission bill is one of the 8 bills sponsored by Speaker Yakubu Dogara himself. That bill, is basically to ensure that when this commission is established, it will handle all measures put in place by government in order to rehabilitate and reconstruct the Northeast region ravaged by insurgency. The chairman Northeast Caucus is with me here, Representative Mohammed Takri Mongono. He wants to tell us more on what that bill seeks to achieve.
Well, the primary objective of this bill is because of the level of destruction occasioned by the Boko Haram insurgency on the infrastructure of the region. There is a need for us to have a legal framework that will aid in the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the Northeast. And it was against this backdrop that the Speaker sponsored the bill for the establishment of the Northeast Development Commission that will be charged specifically with the responsibility of reconstruction and rehabilitation of the Northeast as a result of the destruction occasioned by the Boko Haram insurgency, so that economic activities that is now in a state of comatose will be brought back to the region. So it's essentially to give an institutional and legal framework to an agency that would be charged with the responsibility of rebuilding and rehabilitation of the Northeast.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Well, the House also passed 3 other bills at 3rd reading.
Thank you, Ignatius. Still at the National Assembly, participants at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Action Campaign are advocating partnership among relevant agencies to accelerate implementation. This is one of the suggestions at the meeting at the National Assembly to address challenges of inequalities in Nigeria. National Assembly correspondent Abdullahi Aminu reports.
Nation survey are living below the poverty line. This is why the needs of women, children and persons with disability are taken care in the Sustainable Development Goals.
Nigeria, as you know, contributed the highest number of individuals that participated in the UN's My World Survey, a global tool that aggregated citizens' priorities during the formulation of the SDGs.
Chairman, Joint National Assembly Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Senator Atai Doko and Tijani Abdulkadir Jobe, said the legislators will provide the necessary legislative backing to enhance effective implementation of the SDGs.
As parliamentarians, the SDGs offer us a roadmap to meet the challenges and expectations of our constituents and the people of Nigeria.
We are aggregating the whole opinions of Nigerians so that we know where it touches and pinches the most.
It's difficult to have an inclusive, sustainable development if we have not taken care of such inequality.
We must be deliberate in the quest to reduce the inequality gap.
The Sustainable Development Goals are aimed at ensuring better living standard for people, and every nation is expected to set its own target based on global standards. From the National Assembly, Abdullahi Aminu, NTA News.
The Senate has advised the Independent National Electoral Commission to undertake the voter registration exercise on a continuous and permanent basis in respective polling units. Senator Godswill Akpabio gave the advice in a motion that the exercise has been faced with several challenges across the nation, including malfunctioning of direct data capture machines.
The inability of INEC, in this case, to effectively address the challenges of the registration exercise can lead to disenfranchisement of voters, which could result in serious voter apathy, which may render the 2019 upcoming elections unacceptable not credible, and possibly undemocratic.
Other senators called on INEC to decentralize the registration exercise on ward basis.
To win an election or failing election. Therefore, what we will do is to help INEC to tell the state governments to help the voters by providing transport that will take the voters, prospective voters, to the registration centers.
INEC should be called upon to decentralize this thing with immediate effect and bring out more data capturing machine so that Nigerians can be registered and fully prepared for 2019 general election.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, has finally received the newly reinvigorated electronic voting machine designed and constructed by the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI. The solar-powered electronic voting solution with robust hard and software components was specifically developed to address the challenges of voting process in Nigeria. Science correspondent Kiran Umayo reports that the machine has multiple voting possibilities, including diaspora voting.
The production process of the machine commenced in January as requested by the minister, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu. What came as final product then required improvement, which has now been effected, and the result is a voting solution with the capacity to produce voters' card in 5 minutes, enable easy accreditation and voting, as well as eliminate collation process because results can be directly stored in the cloud and centrally accessible.
Again was able to show Nigerians that we are gradually coming of age, that many of the technical problems, many of the technological problems that we have in our country, that we have the capacity to solve these problems.
In a mock registration and voting exercise, the minister, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, Permanent Secretary Belema Wakama, and some journalists registered and voted within minutes. Director General of NASENI, Professor Mohammed Sani Haruna, explained that the solution also has the mechanism to eliminate the use and snatching of ballot boxes, multiple voting, and guarantees the possibility of conducting all elections in one day.
What is taking place here at INEC headquarters or any electoral body or authority, they can be viewing as I'm voting, the election is being counted. And this is real time. This will be presented, will be demonstrated to INEC to see the pictures involved, for them to see. What we love is not only for demonstration, but the nation should use this for subsequent election.
Since its establishment in 1992, the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, with its centers across the nation, have made remarkable impact in the designing and construction of technologically based products. The voting machine that we have here today is just one of them, and the challenge has always been lack of support for commercialization. Kiran Umayo, NTA News.
In line with the directive of the National Judicial Council, the 6 judges that have been on suspension following a corruption investigation against them resumed this Wednesday. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okeo, who monitored the resumption, highlights some of the lessons that may have emerged from this whole episode.
Sitting time for all judges of courts of records is 9 o'clock. And one judge that has got a reputation for himself to be in his court at that time is Justice Adeniyi Ademola. But today is not a normal sitting day for him, even though it's time for resumption after months of recusing himself of his job because of the corruption allegations and corruption charges leveled against him. 9 judicial officers had been arrested at various times in the last quarter of 2016, but only 3 of them were charged to court. While Justice Nguta of the Supreme Court and Justice Rita Ofili Agjomogobia of the Federal High Court are still going through their trial and have therefore not been recalled by the NJC, Justice Adeniyi Ademola has been discharged and acquitted by the Court of First Instance. The federal government says that case is on appeal.
So if a judge is tainted by a criminal allegation or is under investigation, then that judge has to step aside until it is completely clear.
But one striking thing about the whole episode is that the National Judicial Council now knows firsthand what it feels when people say justice delayed is justice denied. The grouse of the NJC is that more than 8 months after the judges were made to recuse themselves from office, no charges have been formally brought against 5 of them in any court, while they continue to live under the label of corruption, being on suspension.
We are not proud of our criminal justice system in this country. We're not proud of what is going on in terms of delays, in terms of all the problems that we have, lack of proper investigations, trials being protracted, and all of that. And that's why we are always talking about reforms.
Observers of Nigeria's judicial system say this is what thousands of awaiting trial suspects suffer in the hands of investigators, prosecutors, and our judges. Even though the whole process of prosecution may not be over yet for the accused judges, one hopes that the lessons would have dawned on the investigating agencies and our courts that out there are thousands of people who do not have the influence of being recalled to their normal lives, but are only waiting for justice as the only means to return to normalcy. In Abuja, Femi Okeowo, NTA News.
The application by Morocco to become a member of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has been described as a breach of the treaty setting up the body and therefore should be rejected. This was the position of some retired diplomats on NTA's program, Good Morning Nigeria, as they analyzed the fallout of the 51st ECOWAS summit that was held in Monrovia, Liberia. Saliu Abdullahi reports.
Reviewing the outcome of the recent 51st ECOWAS Summit of Heads of State held in Liberia, 2 former Nigerian diplomats were of the view that the decision to welcome the application of Morocco to join ECOWAS was not only against the ECOWAS treaty, but needs to be thoroughly investigated as cannot be taken at face value.
Morocco is not a member of West Africa. If we want to bring in a country that does not share border with any West African country, then it means that the treaty has to be changed. And it has not been changed. Therefore, legally, Morocco cannot be a member of ECOWAS.
Morocco belongs to the North African region where the Arab Maghreb Union exists. There is no reason why we should extend admission to Morocco to an organization that it has no basis of joining.
However, a former Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Dr. Idi Hong, said such applications were not unusual in international diplomacy, but it is left for the ECOWAS to see its merit. The guest also noted Nigeria's low representation at the summit and said it may be a signal to its displeasure over some issues that time may reveal. They, however, suggested that Nigeria needs to be more proactive in its diplomatic engagement, particularly at international organizations.
Let's put on record that the application is not admission. It is just in principles that ECOWAS Community of Head of States have accepted their application, and now experts of ECOWAS and the government of Morocco will have to sit down now to develop and understand the protocols that is required for you to be a member of ECOWAS.
They also welcome the reduction in the bureaucratic overhead of the ECOWAS Commission, which will see commissioners being cut down from 15 to 9. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Nationwide. Time now to go over to our Lagos Network Center. Demola brings us developments in that zone. It's over to you, Demola.
Elizabeth, good afternoon and warm welcome to Lagos.
The Nigeria Customs Service has intercepted 2 containers of fake pharmaceutical products being brought into the country. Area Controller of the Nigerian Customs Service, Kirikiri Lighter Terminal, Lami Wushishi, handed over the consignment to the National Agency for Food, Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, for further investigation.
The seized pharmaceutical products are augmentin antibiotics and really extra pain reliever. The goods, which were imported from China, were concealed in 2 pieces of 40-feet containers, alongside auto spare parts and pirated video CDs. The pharmaceutical products, according to the Area Controller of Customs, Kirikiri Lighter Terminal, are restricted under the NAFDAC procedures and the Customs Exercise Management Act.
Although they manifested it as pharmaceutical products, but we are expected to have NAFDAC number and certificate for us to be sure that it passes through NAFDAC. So unfortunately, when all this we are lacking in this consignment, we decided to notify NAFDAC, and it's all as a result of our collaboration and synergy.
The Deputy Director, Investigation and Endorsement, NAFDAC, Comfort Emmanuel, assured the Nigerian Customs of proper scrutiny of the consignment. She called on all stakeholders to collaborate with the federal government in its fight against smuggling and circulation of fake and counterfeit pharmaceutical products in the country.
From there, we're going to send the product to for analysis in the laboratory. After it has been analyzed, then we'll be able to know the active ingredients and the contents of those products.
Owners of the trucks who are still on trail, the Nigerian Customs say will be brought to face the wrath of the law when arrested. In Lagos, doing Dia, NTA News.
For a successful switchover from analog to digital to be achieved in Nigeria, the need for more funding, training and retraining in addition to attitudinal change has been advocated. This was the submission of facilitators at a one-day workshop on digitization for staff of NTA in Lagos. Ken Egbeluhe has the report.
The intensive training workshop on digitization highlighted critical components in content development and aggressive marketing. The director of training NTA enjoined participants to take the training seriously, as the digitization program has a lot of benefit that will not only change the staff but also NTA and the country.
To encourage you not to completely wait on NTA to train you. You take the initiative to train yourselves, and that will catapult you to the highest peak of your career.
The Executive Director, Engineering and Facilitator, Mr. Stephen Moses, spoke on the NTA readiness for the switchover. He noted that continuous training and resources will be put into achieving the desired objective of the digital switchover.
Most of our video switcher equipment are digital. Majority of our cameras are HD cameras. So gradually we are working to see how we can look at our audio consoles to make them digital.
And it's going to bring creativity, efficiency, and effectiveness.
Other speakers advised participants to take advantage of the ICT world to improve their knowledge and content development.
We will transmit better quality pictures and sound, and we have a lot of varieties to choose from.
We have to start looking at it as a business. If we really want to succeed, we have to start looking at it as a business.
Some participants spoke on the relevance of the workshop.
It's giving us hope that NTA will bounce back.
To re-emphasize the importance of content during the digitization era, because then we'll have multiplicity of channels.
The workshop is expected to be conducted in all NTA network centers across the country. In Lagos, Ken Egbeluge, NTA News.
In an effort to reduce poverty and empower women and youth, the Lagos state government has set up a trust fund to enable interested Lagosians acquire loans to start small and medium-scale businesses. Diana Ajele was at the kickoff of the program at Ibejuleki, Lagos, and compiled this report.
The empowerment program by the Lagos State government is aimed at promoting standard of living and providing self-employment opportunities for women and youths across the local government areas of Lagos State. This will be carried out through the use of mobile machines. Small and medium-scale businesses such as selling of recharge cards, subscription for DSTV, and payment of electricity bills will be done online. The representative of the Lagos State government says the state government has set out plans to reach out to all interested persons who have fulfilled the requirements.
Irrespective of your tribe, religion, creed, or philosophy, the agenda of Lagos State governor is that if you empower the people of Lagos, you are by extension reducing crime. You are by extension providing security. You are by extension providing activity, commercial activities in Lagos.
A scheme by which, through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, people who are unemployed or who do not have anything to do at the moment can be empowered, so that they too can be self-employed and be able to, earn a living of their own.
Some participants share their views on the program.
This loan will make things easier for them to elevate their poverty.
The criteria for assessing the loan include registration, evidence of tax payment, last identification number, and proof of residence in Lagos State.
Well, that's our contribution from Lagos. It's back to you, Elizabeth, for more on Nationwide. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Demola. The Nigeria Smart City Initiative is an opportunity to demonstrate and scale up the country's information technology innovations, as well as show how it can be linked with physical infrastructure to deliver public benefits. Minister of Communications Adebayo Shitu stated this at the proposed Smart Cities Nigeria Summit briefing in Abuja. Olajide Bello has details.
The global practice in achieving smart cities initiative is to constitute a consortium made up of critical stakeholders in the smart city space to come together in a public-private partnership model to help drive and implement the project. The Minister of Communications says the ministry is set to look into this approach and several other initiatives towards identifying the best method that is not only effective but sustainable in line with global trend. How easy is the Smart City Initiative for Nigeria?
Cheap, clean and dependable power supply is the bedrock of any smart city project. So also is effective broadband penetration and affordable data services. The Nigerian ICT Roadmap 2017 to 2020, the National Strategic Plan 2016 to 2024, the broadband policy and the new power sector reforms of this administration are some of the ways government intends to address these challenges.
The minister described the Smart City project as a process in the wheel of urbanization and renewal, saying Nigeria is ready and eager to embark on the process of building not only new smart cities, but make existing cities and villages more effective using technology available at the country's disposal. In Abuja, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration has made significant stride at providing qualitative healthcare services to the people. In this regard, the FCT minister recently ordered the reopening of the Zuba and Karo hospitals, which were previously abandoned. Hakimat Aliu has an update.
City Minister's directive, the Zuba Cottage Hospital, which was built and abandoned 5 years ago, has been reopened. The hospital has been renovated and equipped with facilities and personnel to provide general outpatient and laboratory services to the public, as well as handling of emergencies.
Presently, what we are doing is general outpatient services we are rendering to the public. There is a functional laboratory. Then the accident and emergency unit is also very functional. So for a brief while, that is the activity we are carrying out now. But very soon we might include antenatal services. That will largely depend on personnel. The moment we get the adequate number of personnel.
The people of Zuba, who used to go far to access healthcare services, commended this development.
As we all know, health is very important in the society. You see, when you have a patient in Zuba Chiefdom, we have almost 88 villages under Zuba Chiefdom, but we don't have any hospital around us here. But we thank God, the minister answered our prayer. Even His Royal Highness was fighting to make sure the hospital start use because of the society.
Obviously, we are very happy this our community in general, specifically the Emir. Emir summoned all the villages within his chiefdom that are living here, because if we have a patient, we take him to hospital, Suleja or Gwagwaleda or Kuba. But now we have it here, and he created awareness to the people that if they have anything, they should go there.
Similarly, renovation work is in progress at the Karu General Hospital. The reopening of the hospitals has expanded access to health care, especially for FCT residents in the suburbs. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
You can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. It's time to take a break for some messages. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us.
From what we have seen, we have the capacity which we can rapidly develop or feed in ourselves. If we don't import rice, we stop importing corn and other grains, Nigeria will have plenty of money to invest into developing industries, especially manufacturing, textiles and so on, and develop iron and steel, and complement the infrastructure development. So really, the opportunities are virtually limitless, and we are very, very aware of this, and we are prepared to exploit it to the fullest.
Now, you can hold that dream occasion without stress. Horizon Caterers will provide answers to all your catering questions. Exquisite hall designs, mouth-watering and nourishing local and continental cuisine, suitable for all types of ceremonies, including weddings, AGMs, business luncheon, cocktails. Name it, we can bring it. Our chefs and executive waiters give your guests that unforgettable experience in service. Our service covers all states of the Federation. Call us today to book your occasions. 0805-502-9637, 0803-450-9726, 0909-9708-111. Horizon Caterers, experience catering beyond the horizon.
Hi, my name is Shego Arinde, and Nigeria is my country. A country of 180 million hard-working people. In more advanced countries like the UK, the US, Canada, lottery has produced billionaires in big lottery money. And several charities have gotten funding from lottery plays. If we all play lottery, we can together produce millionaires and billionaires in Nigeria. And that can be. With give and take, everyone who plays with little has equal opportunity of winning big money. Give and take. Win big, live your dreams.
Admission forms for the 2017-2018 academic session of NTA Television College JAWS into its diploma programs are now on sale. The diploma programs are in film and TV production, broadcast journalism, and TV engineering technology. Applicants are required to have at least 5 credits, including English language and mathematics at SSE, NECO, or GCO levels in not more than 1 sitting. Application forms can be obtained from the TV College Refi JAWS or at any NTA zonal centers nationwide on payment of of a no-refundable fee of 7,500 naira in bank draft in favor of NTA Television College. Completed application forms should be returned to the office of the Academic Secretary, NTA Television College, or the Center of Purchase on or before 28th of July 2017. For further inquiries, please call 0806 980 9807 or 0703 660 7155. NTA Television College, training you to be the best you can be.
Imagine being without your phone for 2 weeks. Imagine being without your car for 2 weeks. Imagine being without electricity for 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks is definitely a big deal. Subscribe for 2 months on any bouquet and get 2 weeks free of exciting content like the International Champions Cup, the FIFA Confederations Cup, and all FIFA competitions, SpongeBob, Dora the Explorer, and so much more. So, go ahead and subscribe for 2 months and get 2 weeks free. Keep the children and the entire family entertained during the summer holiday, and they will definitely thank you for it. Store Times. Enjoy digital life.
Thank you for staying with us on NTA Nationwide. Benin is where we go next for more reports on Nationwide with Ogochukuka.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Welcome to Benin. The problems hitherto encountered by farmers in procuring fertilizer in Edo State will soon be over. This is because the state fertilizer blending plant in Auchi is set to commence operation. Governor Godwin Obaseki visited the plant to assess the level of work there. Glokenaini reports.
The decision of the Obaseki-led administration to resuscitate the moribund Edo State fertilizer blending plant, established almost 22 years, began about 2 months ago when the governor and some foreign partners visited the plant for assessment. Months after that visit, there seems to be a change in the narrative, as revealed by the second visit of the governor. They said the effort to bring the plant on stream is to help boost farming activities as well as create employment. The governor said government is talking with the Benin Electricity Distribution Company to provide a dedicated 33 kVA line to the plant.
The equipments have been tested, and where parts are missing, they have brought in manufacturers to come and look at those parts and replace them. And they're also constructing a new line to meet with the specifications of the federal government fertilizer program.
The fertilizer plant, which is expected to commence full operation before the end of this month, is to engage over 120 workers through direct and indirect labor. From Auchi, I am Goodluck Inaini, NT News.
The Nigerian Navy, NNS Delta, wants host communities to always partner and furnish security agencies with sensitive information that will help them to continually safeguard lives and property in their domain. The commander, NNS Delta, Commodore Ibrahim Dewu, was speaking while flagging up medical rhapsody as part of activities to mark the 61st anniversary of the Nigerian Navy at Otoldu Community, an Odu local government area of Delta State. Elo Agbra has details.
The Nigerian Navy, apart from providing security, is also committed to the general well-being of their host communities. It is in furtherance of this that the commander, NNS Delta, Commodore Ibrahim Dewu, flagged up the medical rhapsody.
So this rhapsody is considered very important. We are also benefiting from this exercise because we tend to get information from the community, from the youths, from the community leaders, and we also try to enlighten them or to sensitize them on the illegalities that are happening within our area of responsibility.
Community leaders in Otoldu thanked NNS Delta for the gesture, describing it as first of its kind.
It shows that there's a direct movement from just protection against aggression or criminality to the welfare of the people.
Medical Rhapsody is a monthly exercise to bring health care to the doorstep of host communities of the Nigerian Navy. Elo Agra, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, has commenced another round of capacity building for its workforce on the forthcoming digital switchover. NTA's Executive Director Engineering, Stephen Moses, while declaring the workshop open, called on staff of the Benin Network Center to brace up to the demands and challenges of the process. Steve Lona Ngokolo has details.
First persons for the workshop, including the Executive Director Engineering, Stephen Moses, lectured the staff on the expectations, benefits, implications, as well as the provision of content and signal distribution of the digitization broadcasting.
The major aim is to push out broadcast frequencies. They want to utilize it for other things.
Training is a functional instrument for improvement and self-development and strategic cooperation.
Anything that you see on your screen is content.
Mrs. Pauline Igbano, who expressed gratitude to NTA Director General Alhaji Yakubu Ibu Mohammed for facilitating the digital switchover workshop at the NTA Benin Network Center, enjoined members of staff to develop a positive attitude towards digitization.
The staff need to be prepared for digitization in terms of the need to provide content, how to produce that particular content, and the fact that there is competition.
Some of the participants described the workshop as not only a welcome development, but a thought-provoking one.
It opens people's eye to know the challenges ahead of broadcasting to tomorrow.
The pilot phase of the digital transmission project in Nigeria was launched on the 30th of April 2016 in Jos, the Plateau State capital. In Benin, Steve Lona Nwakolo, NTA News.
Effective partnership, manpower development, and provision of modern crime-fighting equipment have been identified as crucial to protecting the lives and property of Nigerians. This is the nucleus of the meeting between the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Folusho Adebanjo, and stakeholders in Ekiti State. Samuel Johnson has that report.
The concept of community policing adopted by the Police High Command as recommended by the United Nations prompted the meeting of critical stakeholders as the Deputy Inspector General of Police engaged the stakeholders while the police boss in charge of information communication technology at the headquarters warned officers and men against human rights abuse. He assured them of regular promotion, training, and effort to secure housing schemes for them.
Of course, the police are the lead internal security agency, must be in the forefront in the task of fighting crime and criminality, but we need other people to support us.
Ekiti State has been one of the most peaceful states in the Federation.
During the interactive session, men of the rank and file as well as officers asked questions to which answers were given by the DIG and his team. The Ewi of Ado-Ekiti, Oba Rufus Adejugbe, and other stakeholders, while receiving the DIG, stressed the need to increase manpower allocation to Ekiti State.
They should make sure that there's post reasonable number of police to Ekiti State.
They all agreed on the need for increased funding for the force. In Ado-Ekiti, Samuel Johnson, NTA News.
The news continues in Abuja as we return to Elizabeth. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Ochikuka. The National Gallery of Art says it is investing in research and development of new techniques for the promotion of artists in the country. Director General of the Gallery, Abdullahi Muku, stated this at a strategic management retreat in Abuja. Oyinaya Kaluoka reports.
Nigeria has an artistic tradition that dates back thousands of years. The country is known for traditional art sculptures of Nok, Benin bronze, Igbo Uku, among several other contemporary works. The retreat had participants brainstorming on ways of eliminating bureaucracy for an effective service delivery towards the promotion of traditional artworks.
There is a tendency for bureaucracy to make people not to even come up with new ideas because they are driven by instructions.
Director General, National Gallery of Art, Abdullahi Muku, called for attitudinal change in getting things done, which he says will encourage artists in the country to use their talents to influence change.
How can we move forward? So we now design a new chart. We'll have repositioned the minds of our staff to do better.
The retreat has the theme, Repositioning National Gallery of Arts in the Era of Change Matra. Oyinaya Kaluoka, NTA News.
More nationwide with Zainab in Sokoto brings us stories making the rounds in that zone. It's over to you, Zainab.
As River Masuka in Sokoto North local government gradually dries up, farmers have called on the Rima River Basin Development Authority and other authorities concerned to step up to avert the ugly trend. The farmers made the call while speaking to NTA News at a forum organized to assess the negative impact of the drying river. Muhammad Nasir has the details.
Dry season farmers in many parts of Sokoto State have massively engaged in producing rice, wheat, onion, garlic, pepper, and potatoes. However, despite government commitment to provide the farmers with conducive atmosphere, some of them decried of some challenges causing threats to their farming activities. These include inadequate funds, lack of modern machineries, breakage of irrigation facilities, and call for urgent action.
Our major problem is insufficient water to our crops. The river we are using to water our crops is about to dry up. We need government to intervene.
The Sokoto State government, in response to this, say it has made adequate provision for farmers to enhance their production. Program Manager Sokoto Agricultural Development Project Abubakar Malemi said government has procured 3,000 water pumping machines and distributed free to farmers, in addition to provision of fertilizer at subsidized rates.
Drillers are everywhere and they are drilling at low affordable price because the government put a subsidy to it at a meager token amount that you can charge the farmer. So even if there is no surface water, there is a groundwater.
Currently, over 200 extension workers posted to the state under N-Power program are being trained before their eventual postings to farms to assist farmers. Efforts are also on by the government to repair Wurun irrigation scheme with over 23,000 hectares of land. In Sokoto, Muhammad Nasir, NTA News.
Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State has called for more strategic engagement between European Union and federal government to address illegal immigration across the Nigeria's border. Usman Abdullahi Shehu reports that Governor Bagudu made the call when he received the European Union Ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Michael Aaron, and ECOWAS Ambassador Martin Ohomwegbe at the Government House, Birnin Kebbi.
Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu said Kebbi State share borders with two countries and had suffered greatly in planning because of the significant amount of illegal crossing of immigrants in the state. Governor Bagudu said the state government will be happy to support measures to curtail illegal migration across the borders. On the state economic potential, Governor Bagudu welcomed foreign and domestic investors willing to partner with the state.
What we think will create better leadership is for us to interact with others who can tell us what the world thinks, what the world thinks of us, so that we can do better.
Earlier, the European Union Ambassador Michael Aaron expressed satisfaction with the demography and agricultural potential of Kebbi State. Similarly, the ECOWAS Ambassador Martin Ohimobi lauded the determination of the present administration in the state in economic transformation and social empowerment. In his remarks, the State Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning, Alhaji Zailani Muhammad Yauri, disclosed that extensive, successful bilateral discussion took place between the state government and the ambassadors, especially in areas to promote economic ties to fast-track development in the state. The ambassadors also visited the NYC Permanent Orientation Camp at Lakingadi and have an extensive discussion with the Youth Corps members. In Birnin Kebbi, Usman Abdullahi Shehu, NTA News.
Sokoto State Police Command has reiterated its determination to protect the lives and property of the citizenry. Sheikh Muhammad Detti reports that Sokoto State Commissioner of Police, Muhammad Abdul Qadir, stated this while commissioning the renovated Divisional Police Office in Gudu local government.
That was the Commissioner of Police, Muhammad Abdul Qadir, commissioning the Divisional Police Office, recently renovated by people of Gudu local government area of Sokoto State. Gudu is one of the local government areas in the Sokoto State that shares border with the Niger Republic. Commissioner of Police Muhammad Abdul Qadir said, providing security is everybody's business, hence the need for the people of the area to assist the police in curtailing criminal activities in the area. He appreciated the courage of the divisional police officer of the area, describing him as a hard-working officer. Despite low crime rates in the area, the Commissioner of Police admonished people of the area to engage the services of vigilante groups to complement police efforts.
We'll see what we can do to assist them to beef up their manpower shortfall. No matter how small the number is, at least I'll try and see what will be done to improve the strength for now. It's just about 31 and it's a small number, actually, it's a small number.
The Divisional Police Officer, Bitrus Penny, informed the gathering that Gudu Division is facing the challenge of manpower and porosity of the border, which can lead to the influx of criminals and criminal activities in the area. Representative of Solar Administrator Gudu Local Government, Labaran Muhammad Kebe, and member representing Gudu constituency, Sani Alhaji Yakubu, commended the effort of the Commissioner of Police and people of Gudu Local Government. The occasion was attended by the district heads of Gudu, Bachaka, and Kurdula. In Sokoto, Shu Muhammad Eti, NTA News.
And that's it from here. It's back to you, Elizabeth. Good afternoon.
Zainab. Fostering national unity, love and productive integration across the country should be the watchword of core members. The Director General, National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Suleiman Zakari Kazauri stated this while inspecting facilities at the Magajin Anya Musa Permanent Orientation Camp, Kefi, Nasarawa State. Mohammed Sani Awalu completes the report.
Facilities inspected are clinic, hostels, kitchen, slaughterhouse lab, among others. The Director General, National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Suleiman Zakari Kazaure, represented by Director, Planning, Research and Statistics of NYSC, Victoria Bose Okaku, says welfare and security of corps members are prioritized. Hence the need for national integration, cultural exchange and exploration of job opportunities by corps members.
I want to use this opportunity to reassure their parents that there is no need to be afraid, because the NYSC is a very responsible and responsive organization. We have put in place measures to track our corps members and to see to their security and welfare.
All we need to do is to work harder on whatever we have done, so that we continue to sustain the tempo of doing the right thing at the right time.
1,990 corps members undergoing orientation at the camp. From Kefi, Muhammad Sanawalu, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Nationwide. Federal government restates commitment to rebuilding the Northeast with the inspection of a bridge destroyed by Boko Haram. Lami Ali in Maiduguri brings us details of this and more. It's over to you, Lami.
Hello, Elizabeth. You're welcome to Maiduguri. Reconstruction of Mbulo Bridge in Gala local government area of Borno State, which was destroyed by Boko Haram insurgents, will commence soon towards reviving economic activities within the zone, as well as enhance cross-border trading with some neighboring countries. The Minister of State for Power Works and Housing, Mustafa Babashihuri, disclosed this while inspecting the bridge. Abubakar Muhammad Musa was there.
The Mbulo Bridge, which was constructed in 1975, is the only major bridge in Gala local government and has linkage with neighboring countries of Chad, Niger and Cameroon. Inspecting the level of devastation of the bridge, Minister of State for Power, Works and Housing Mustafa Babashihuri says it has become imperative to fix it, considering the economic importance of the infrastructure over the years. Reconstruction of the Mbulo Bridge, the minister explained, has already been captured in the 2017 budget, but however said contractors are afraid to mobilize to site to commence work due to the activities of insurgents in the axis. To this effect, he added, the project will be revoked for work to commence in earnest.
Now that we have to a reasonable degree achieved, succeeded in bringing back peace, I think it is and also considering the commitment of Mr. President to see that life has returned to normal in this part of the country. I think very soon you will see people working on this one.
Commanding Officer 3 Battalion Gala, Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Omuke, informed the minister that the intervention has reawakened their spirit of protecting the territorial integrity of the country, as the condition of the breach has relatively affected their operation. From Gala in Borno State, Abubakar Mohammed Musa, NTA News.
Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima has presented certificate of occupancy and service site master plan of the proposed Nigerian Army University Bill to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai. The presentation took place at the Government House, Maiduguri, from where Muhammad Guni filed in this report.
Presenting the certificate of occupancy, Governor Kashim Shettima assured the Chief of Army Staff of the state government's full support to the establishment of the university, describing the institution as a unique and special tertiary institution that will be of benefit to the state in terms of job creation and improving revenue base.
Education is the key driver of change in every society. And citing this university in Borno is not a little honor to us, because of the multiplier effect on the local economy.
Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai said the university is set to take off in October 2017, and the Nigerian Army has already visited the National Universities Commission in that regard. The Chief of Army Staff said the university will also serve as a focal point for finding solutions to the specific challenges facing the Nigerian Army and the North-East, stressing that it will not be restricted to the military but open to the general public. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
In the spirit of Ramadan, the government and people of Jigawa State have donated assorted food items to internally displaced persons in Borno State. Receiving the food items, State Deputy Governor Usman Mamandurkwa described the gesture as a demonstration of concern for the well-being of the IDPs. Yagum Subukar has the details.
The Deputy Governor said Jigawa, Kano and Gombe states have assisted Borno State several times and prayed God to reward them abundantly, stressing that the donation came at a right time when the state government is making desperate effort to resettle IDPs back to their communities. Presenting the list of the relief materials to Borno State Deputy Governor, the Special Assistant to the Governor of Jigawa State on Religious Affairs, Alhaji Mustafa Saleh Gwalan, said they have viewed with concern the hardship faced by the people of Borno State, especially IDPs, as a result of insurgency crisis, hence the need to assist IDPs and complement effort of Borno State government in taking care of the IDPs. The Jigawa State delegation were also at the residence of the Chief Imam of Borno, where he commended them for the donation. The distribution of the relief materials to the internally displaced persons was formally launched at the AK Amin IDP camps in Old Maiduguri at Jere local government area of Borno State. In Maiduguri, Yagum Subukar, NTA News.
And those are the reports from here. It's back to Elizabeth in Abuja for more reports on Nationwide.
Thank you, Lami. Now, ahead of the annual Diaspora Day and Conference, the Permanent Secretary, Political and Economic Affairs, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Olukunle Bambushi, has given assurance that only diaspora projects with value addition to national development will be accorded priority. Gabriel Odu was at the local organizing committee meeting in Abuja. Now reports.
The score sheet of last year's Diaspora Day and going forward, the Permanent Secretary noted that it is the responsibility of government to create a conducive environment for Nigerians in the diaspora to contribute to national development.
Last year, some of them from Europe, from Singapore, they did youth empowerment. Some of them also visited the IDP camps and provided roofs, and some of them also did the medical intervention. So the program was really successful last year. But the thing is, this year I want to see how government can also come in to really assist them in realizing the objectives, that is really mobilizing them for national development.
Diaspora remittance alone, which means in the last year we'll have about $35 billion remittance to Nigeria. That's a lot of financial assistance coming from the diaspora, but that's not even the issue. The issue is that NIDO worldwide is about galvanizing the experiences of Nigeria over the years in pursuit of national development.
Promoting diaspora participation in national development as well as effective mechanisms for engaging a unified diaspora are issues being proposed ahead of the conference. In Abuja, Gabriel Udu, NTA News.
Next is Sports Update with Amanzi Marcus.
One of the few remaining constituency elections in